media covers pet cloning, it's often fluff pieces and these warm, fuzzy pieces about, oh, look how cute these animals are, and isn't it cool that we could do this? And there's very little coverage, if any, of what it really meant to clone that animal and what it took.
On a biopsy punch, your veterinarian will cut out an 8mm wide sample of flesh from the abdominal area of the dog. If your dog is alive, just one sample is enough. Operating room, where they sedate her, place her on the operating table, slice her open, pull out her ovaries, and collect her eggs.
We have 6 from...
Animal cloning is the production of an identical copy of an animal that already exists. The process of cloning can prove to be complicated and rigorous. 96 to 98% of animal cloning trials fail. Even if an embryo survives, there is a high chance the offspring will have problems. Most clones do not make it past the transfer of DNA due to the egg breaking while the needle is inserted. A scientist must take or replicate DNA from an already existing organism and transfer the DNA into an already fertilized egg. The DNA of a desired trait or product is transferred through a microscopic needle into an egg of the birth giver. Most of the time, the egg does not survive, being destroyed by the needle. Germany, the United States of America, and various Asian countries have already successfully cloned animals. The most famous clone to date is a sheep named Dolly. In July 1996, Scottish scientist Ian Wilmot successfully cloned Dolly after over 200 failed attempts. This inspired scientists around the world to dive into the new breakthrough of animal cloning. This breakthrough has potential to revolutionize the food industry, as the FDA has certified food coming from a cloned animal to be safe for human consumption.
I believe animal cloning should be banned because it harms all animals in the process and is not cost effective due to its high failure rate.
As seen at the beginning of the video, skin cells must be removed from an animal and eggs must be taken from a donor. The egg is then placed into a surrogate mother who must give birth to an offspring that is not hers. This unfair treatment often happens with no benefit, as an egg may break, a clone may die while in the womb, and most clones that are born die within a few days due to deformities. Even if a clone is born with no deformities, its lifespan will be shortened as Dolly's was. An average sheep lives 12 years. Dolly only lived for 6. This is because of shortened telomeres. When chromosomes of DNA, also known as telomeres, multiply, they are shortened and ultimately vanish. The telomeres of the DNA taken from the original animal were already shortened, leaving the clone with only a fraction of the length of telomeres it should have. This results in a premature death and a shortened lifespan. Not only is cloning inhumane, but it is also the cause of thousands to millions of dollars being wasted each year. It costs around $3,000 to $5,000 to extract eggs. This is added to the thousands of dollars on precise equipment being used, which is then added to the cost of embryos developing, which can skyrocket. Many families today with a deceased dog spend $100,000 or more for companies like Suon to clone their long-lost friend. While this may bring happiness back into their lives, homeless dogs in the streets and shelters still suffer without an owner to love them. A family could save over $100,000 by opting to adopt a dog rather than clone one, not only supporting a good cause, but also saving money that can be recycled back into the economy.